Hello everyone and welcome back to the Stone House. We're still working on the new dormer that's going to be in our master bedroom. We wanted to do some fascia trim so then I could actually finish the roof once and for all and know that it's going to be leak proof. We grabbed some really beautiful clear pine from our barn and we were milling that down to the dimensions. And this is pretty much how I do all the trim, make it all from rough lumber. And then we'll show you the rest of it here in a little bit more detail. But it is hard to record this stuff on the roof, obviously.
This piece of wood right here is 1 3/4 inches, okay? So
Hi, Jay!
we'd have to put that all the way around.
You see me?
And then, does
You
this
get-
go like this?
Yeah. Oh.
Or like this?
The detail's usually on the bottom if
Okay.
it's different.
So something like
Just
that. Just gonna try to explain what I'm doing. So this little piece of wood here is 2 and some odd inches wide and 1.5 inches or so thick. And what I'm gonna do is screw that onto the top of the fascia board. And that's just to build it out a little bit. I do not think this is the right way to do it. I think the right way to do it would have been to somehow run my decking over. I don't know how you run the decking over unless you do decking now over the fascia. Because the fascia, so I don't know. Maybe this is how you do it. I don't know.
That's how we do it.
That's how I'm doing it. So this is gonna go up there. I'm gonna screw that in to the fascia all the way around. And then you can see I did this little rabbet. And then you can see the crown molding is gonna sit in that rabbet like that. Kind of like that. And so the drip edge is gonna go like this over top of this piece of wood. Shingles go over the drip edge. And then you can see now, wow, that's looks perfect. That's gonna kind of cover that joint. That way, like water and everything won't be able to kind of deteriorate or break that down over time. That looks,
You did great.
yeah. It's just like, it's just like how I read it in the book.
God bless you.
Ow! I
You
just
hurt
hit
your
my
thumb?
finger.
Oh.
All right. We'll be back when this is all made. The hard part of all this is gonna be cutting that crown molding. Couldn't show putting it up, but I can show maybe if you can see it sticks out. I think you can see the rabbet. I cut 45s around the corner. This is the thing though too, is we measured the total distance on this one over here with the total distance of what I'm gonna have on the other one, my new one, and it is unfortunately what, 1 3/4 inches bigger. So my new one is 1 3/4 inches wider. Can you tell? I can't.
Like I was fighting your fears and holding back all your tears.
You're going to see some weather come in here, and I got this roof on just in time before the rain came. And boy, did we get a lot of rain over the last couple days, and it has not leaked once. I guess it's one of the benefits of having everything opened up. You can see if something's dripping, right?
Be the smoke inside my lungs, quicksand so I can't run away, love. I want you to stay.
It looks really good from here.
Does it?
Yeah. Like really good.
Promise that I keep, daydreams when I can't sleep alone, love.
So this is a little roof mock-up of what it looks like out there. And if we put this piece of molding,
It's upside down.
like this, that one goes like that. So then we've got a wee bit of a gap. We could just wood fill that, foam, cut it off, sand it flush, paint.
You can't see foam.
I'm kind of joking.
And that one more.
I need to cut more like this.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Now I'm gonna flip it this way. I'll cut my 45. Just so we're starting. Okay. Flip it, right? No. How did I?
Okay, the star is our inside right there.
Okay, so then flip it. I mean, I know that's what we gotta do. We were like,
You're like,
you were like, what?
You're like twirling in the marching band. Flip,
You were like,
flip,
what?
flip. Toss it in there.
Mine fits perfectly, doesn't it? It's right on this edge and it's on this edge.
So, yeah.
Why is yours so messed up? You can see what you take off there. How that changes. Here's yours. Ooh. Closer, kinda. Right? It's not like, not that close though. Closer.
It seems pretty good.
That's good.
I mean, we're getting there.
This is how the pros do it, honey.
Yeah, like, well, listen.
This is how the pros.
Everybody learns sometime. They might have just learned, you know, a different way.
I mean, I watched an episode of This Old House, and this is what Tom Silva's doing. He's like, okay, and now what you do is you just... Okay.
I'm like afraid.
Okay, that's worse. That's worse. That got worse. So what does that mean? So I mean, if I just simply put this back on there and cut to the middle line, which is right there,
It should get better.
it should get better. But then if I'm gonna go now middle
Middle top.
top.
All right.
It's Sunday. Didn't work on the house at all yesterday. It was raining. It's supposed to rain today too. I'm at that point, you know, in the project where I feel like I could work on anything. There's just so much that seemingly needs to be done. But I think I'm going to stick to windowy type work. It's not great for video because I'm shooting into the window and it's just really, really bright. It throws the contrast and everything off. It's hard to see. Hard to edit, hard to see. I did see where Sarah and I were using this little mock-up here to test cut all of this crown molding. I'm going to show you this too. This crown molding, this is the new stuff that we bought. Look at the new stuff compared to the old stuff. One on top of the other. Look at the difference. That's a problem. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be close, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Over here with the dormer, I need to try to eventually trim this out, right? This has to look like this. Now, I'm not going to probably do like the chippy paint look. This all needs to be repainted. But I do need to have the molding coming back to the house. I need to have, you know, I want it to look like this as much as possible, but I don't have this much trim to really work with. And you can see how there'd be a 45, I think it's called here, this cut here. Well, that's one thing I didn't think about when I was cutting this. I cut this off flush. It's a little bit of a problem. So I don't know how easy or possible it's going to be for me to try to like make that look like that. There aren't really other options. I'm gonna ignore this problem for now. Yeah. Yep. I'm just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. Isn't it nice? You could probably hard to see, but this little tree here is doing the best it's ever done. It's so exciting because that little tree was almost on the verge of death. And it looks good. It's almost probably, geez, 90% leafed out. I've had years where that was 10% leafed out. Maples are starting to come in. It's always nice to see. As far as what I can be doing today, I've talked about this. This window is a lot higher by design than this other one. 10 inches. I believe it's 10 inches. I explained it once, but I'll say it one more time here. It's because the roof to the porch, right outside that window, it just goes right up to the bottom of the window, and it really shouldn't do that because you get your snow on there, and then you can get leaking. Yeah, not great, right? So if I raise this window up 10 inches, it's going to help that quite a bit.
The seasons change, but I'm stuck in this pattern where every little thing matters too much. I can see the stains of all the careless words. I say them 'cause they hurt. Staring at a map where I can't read the legend. I question every method I have. So I'm looking back to how we got things started when I gave you my heart, yeah. Oh, I still know the way.
The whole bottom piece is rotten.
Well, I mean, the snow just sat
Yeah.
there. For
Yeah,
years.
it makes sense. I'm not surprised. But that is it's kind of wood that they break at the karate night with your kids. Everybody acts all amazed. Murph! Everybody's like, yeah, Daniel! And then it's like, come on. It's like paper wood.
I need to reach out and stop our world from spinning. Find a new beginning for us. Even when I'm in doubt, I've gotta trust my instincts. I know you're standing with me. Oh, I still know the way. Oh, this train is running late, but seem a little far away. But I'll get there someday. Wait on me, wait on me, wait on me. Wait on me, wait on me, wait on me. Wait on me, wait on me, wait on me. Oh, I still know the way. Oh, this train is running late. Might seem a little far away, but I'll get there someday.
Wow. I hope that level's broken because that is way off. that should be plumb right there. Jeez. Jeez Louise.
It's like my body has gotten tired. I'm not inspired the way I once was. When I was stronger, I'd always take the long way home. But I know it won't get better. Simply pretending I did well. I got to fight it and feel the sunshine reflecting off the windowsill. Sparrows flying up and over both our halos. I think we'll take a drive along the back roads. And I hope I think I finally understand. You're never too old to be young again.
We're using old wood because one, we have it, and it's the right thickness. But more importantly, we know where like water was hitting this stuff for probably like 50 years, and because it's old growth lumber that has tons of growth rings and stuff, it got wet, it dried, and it's still hard as rocks. So it just seems better. It looks,
Like it's always been there.
yep, people are going to be like, oh, the windows have always been like this, really.
Out all the reasons why I should give up, and maybe that will allow me to work around me and keep all of your love. The smell of the air can still take you back there to when you didn't care. Flying up and over both our halos. I think we'll take a drive along the back road. And I'll hold you close. I think I finally understand. You're never too old to be young again.
$49. I think that's gonna do it for this week's video. didn't seem like I got a lot done. It's because I only worked one day. Hold on. The rain, it's still raining right now. It's rained all weekend. And the only good thing about that is that it hasn't leaked once. No drips whatsoever. So that's good. Yeah. It's square, plumb, level. Seems to be about the right size. Not too big, not too small. Gives us a nice view out the front. And then now, ripping this other nasty window out, replacing the wood. Got that in there all nice and strong. Nice header in there. Having those windows at the same level is really nice. My next project will be to put the window spots here. And Sarah had a really good thought. I was talking about doing this window because this window I'm also going to be framing up higher. I'll show you why right now. See, it's been raining a lot. Do you see all that? Can you see all the rain that's splattering? Because our new porch roof is right there, which is what we wanted to do. So then we have a nice porch, high porch ceiling. But with the porch there, then you obviously get a lot of splash. And it's it'd be a lot better if I can put that window up 10 inches. I mean, you can almost see where the splashing is. Stops right there. So 10 inches is going to make a huge difference on that window. Just like why I did this. You know, that window used to be 10 inches lower. And now when we have this roof, it's just going to be so much better. It just makes so much more sense. But that's it. It's time to turn the camera off and edit this week's video. Till next time, have a good week, everybody.